for today.
Mm.
So I do want to wait. Well, all right. Let's go ahead and start. And then Karen will just catch up. So today is like part two of lead gen. Lead gen is so important that we want to spend a couple of sessions on it. And so imagine planting an apple tree. And if you plant an apple tree, you don't dig it every week to see if it's growing. You wait for it to grow, you water it, you feed it, you nurture it, and eventually it produces apples. But a lot of times with your database, you're doing the same thing that you would if you were just trying to pull up an apple tree every week just to see if it's growing or not. So you need to know the ins and outs of your database um, so well that you know that if it's growing. So a database can never be stagnant. A database in and of itself is either growing or shrinking. If you're doing nothing with your database, it's shrinking. And I guarantee you that other people are picking up the names in your database if you're not nurturing them. And I'm sure, Ryan, you have stories too where you let that lag a little bit. And the next thing you know, you get a call from a former client that says, "Hey, Ryan, guess what? We just bought a house last week. And we just wanted to tell you because we're so happy and we knew that you'd be happy for us." And you're like,
Like I'm not. I am,
yes,
but I'm not.
yes, I am. Hey, way to go. I had I've had that happen like more than once. And, you think you learn your first time, but it's the boring part of the work where it does take feeding your database on a weekly, even daily basis. Um, the fortune, Gary Keller says this all the time, that the fortune is in the follow up. So it's not just about that initial connect, it's in that daily, weekly, monthly touch points and follow up. And here's the thing, nobody calls an agent because once they got your business card. Nobody calls an agent because they were in the grocery store and they saw your name on the divider between the milk, somebody's milk and your milk. Okay. Nobody calls an agent because of that. People call the person who has consistently added value to them over time. Now, some of those marketing things can be like a good initial, like they're just like you're out there type of thing, but nobody calls an agent because of those. So your CRM, whether you're in Command or Brivity or whatever one you're using, it should become smarter every week. Every conversation should create better notes, better timing, and better follow-up. So the goal is like the word is like mind share. Okay. That means that when somebody says, "Hey, my neighbor is thinking about selling," your name should immediately come to mind. And that doesn't happen accidentally. It happens systematically. Does that make sense? Now, where have you seen that work out?
Like as far as in my business, or what do you mean?
Yeah, like where have you seen that like you were presence of mind with somebody enough and that relationship had grown and nurtured that somebody called you because you were on the mind of somebody else?
One of my best buddies, actually, one of my groomsmen, I got an email from somebody in Washington when I was licensed there, and he had, unbeknownst to me, sent my name and another friend of ours as a lender. So this person reached out to me, said they were pre-qualified with our friend Emmett, and I sold them a house, made 12 grand without ever meeting them or going to Washington.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
it was great. It was awesome.
Present. Yeah. Front of mind. So
Hmm.
here's some common student challenges or common agent challenges that we all face. Um, we'll enter the contacts in, but never update them. So we don't put in their birthdays. We don't put in if they've moved. we don't put in notes, or when we've talked to them last, we don't have them tagged accordingly. So we enter in the contacts, but we never update them. Here's another thing that we fail to do. We fail to categorize those relationships. So, like I have relationship tags for open houses. I have relationship tags for me, for former church members. I have relationship tags for board members that I've served on boards with, family, things like that. If we're tagging our relationships properly on our CRM, then we're able to follow up with them more effectively. Another thing is, uh, agents only reach out when they need business. Like I'll never forget one time on social media, I saw an agent that I knew put out there, like on like a group like CG chat type of thing. Hey, just so you know, I really need your business. I've been there for you. I only work because you refer me. I mean, it was really like, we're talking like a John Hughes movie with the boombox over the head outside the window
Oh,
going, why don't you love me anymore? And it was
so
kind of sad.
cringy.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
there was no interaction on it because that, if I were to coach that agent, I would tell them, go back. If your business imploded today, where would you start over again? And it wouldn't be going back to your former people. It'd be like going back to your database. Here's another thing where agents struggle is we have no planned communication schedule. Okay. Communication is consistent and strategic. Just think about the communication we get on a daily basis. Now we get a lot of junk mail, but I know that at 9 o'clock in the morning every day, I'm going to get an email from Amazon about some product I was looking at. Now, even though that's junk mail and I will like skim over that, I'll delete it usually without looking at it. If something catches my eye there, I'm going to look at it. That's on Amazon's part. That's consistent communication.
Hmm.
Or do you have your communication schedule planned for birthdays, for and like for reaching out on social media, like Facebook has that thing where it's like, here's all the 35 people that are having a birthday today, and all you have to do is just go on, and it takes 10 seconds of your life. But how many times do we skip that and go, oh, I'm going to restart? It would feel weird now if I did it now, but that gets you presence of mind. Or we confuse mass marketing with relationship marketing. What do you think the difference between mass marketing and relationship marketing is?
I feel like mass marketing is asking somebody to buy, soliciting, but relationship marketing is just giving something
Mhm.
as opposed to asking for their business. It's like, hey, here's the value. I just want to stay in touch with you. I want to
Yeah,
provide you something that will help you.
right. That's good. How about you, Shannon?
I would have said the immediate come to mind would be, like you said, it's salesy on the mass marketing, very advertisement like, but relationship marketing to me sounds like um, building friendships and relationships and asking people over time just to refer you and keep you in mind and things of that nature.
Mhm. It kind of goes back to that saying of people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And that's like an important thing to remember is we can shoot out all the fancy marketing pieces that we have. We can spam all the market updates, which I think that those are great too. But unless people know that we care about them and we become hyper local to their specific needs,
Yeah.
that's just noise or fluff. So
And it's
okay,
something
going back to last week. Oh, what was that, Shan?
And that's something everybody can do is create marketing pieces and just advertise, advertise, advertise.
Yeah,
What makes you
like
special is
I
your personality and who you are and how you take care of people.
my 12-year-old taught me a Gen Alpha term, and it's called
Eh,
a pick me.
Oh yeah.
Have you
nice,
heard that one
nice.
yet?
Yep.
Yeah, I hadn't heard it yet. I go, oh, she's a pick me. I go, what does that mean? And she explained that that's that person who's like, say, pick me, pick me, pick me.
Mhm.
And so every day on our social media, community sites, we're going to see that person that has that's when somebody says, hey, I'm looking for a realtor, it's a pick me.
Mhm.
Yeah. People are going to go on there, pick me, and we're not adding value. Like they're just saying, like, maybe I look really pretty on my business card. So, and it's like drop their business card in that chat of after 7 minutes has 284 comments.
Yeah, they do.
So
Oh,
I stay away from those unless somebody recommends me. And then when somebody recommends me, I send that person immediately a $5 Starbucks gift card and just say thank you for the shout out. And then I'll drop like a link to like the homes available. So instead of a
nice.
pick me, I go somebody recommended me, and I'll honor that person's effort. And and they'll like somebody was like, "What's this $5 for? This gift card?" I go, "Oh, for the shout out." Oh, thanks. So now they shout me out all the time. And so I'm fueling their Starbucks habits.
Nice.
Um, so on this lead gen model, we go lead gen. If you want to write this down, lead gen leads to capture, leads to database, leads to systematic follow up, leads to appointments, and then leads to closings. And then leads to repeat business and referrals. So it all starts with the database. It's all there. Many agents believe that lead gen ends when somebody is entered into the CRM, into command. That's actually just where it begins. So our database should answer 4 questions. Because sometimes we want to here's another thing that is, depending on where you are on the disc profile, is how challenging your database is going to be for you. Because all we want to
Hmm.
know is 4 things. Because I've seen agents that are like, they don't want to stop just at first name, last name, email, big dates. They're like, what shoe size are they? What's their favorite color? Where did they eat last week? What's their granddaughter's fish's name? And so we will get kind of stuck in those areas because you want to have more information than what you actually need for an effective database. So we need to know 4 things is all. 1, who is this person? 2, how do I know them? 3, when did we last communicate? And finally, 4, what should happen next? If you follow those same 4 questions with every person that you're adding into your database, you'll see your database grow on a daily basis because you're not going to be concerned with, because command puts a lot of cool stuff in there. What's their current home value? What's this? What's that? What's this? And that's for the people who want to like go super deep. But if you're just trying to track and grow your database as quick as possible, go through those 4 things. All right. This is going to be an exercise. This is called the 8x8 concept. It's an 8x8 system. Okay. We're going to grow our base over the next 8 weeks using this 8x8 concept in the MREA. Over 8 weeks, we're going to intentionally communicate 8 times to establish yourself as the trusted real estate professional. So I want this to be kind of a challenge, 8x8. So choose 8 people over 8 weeks, communicate 8 times. So that's once a week. Here's what we're gonna do. Here's the touches can vary, and the touches can be up to you. But here's let's brainstorm this. How would you do 8 touches? What are some things you can do?
A holiday reminder or
Mm-hmm.
something related to holidays coming up.
Right?
let's see, a newsletter offer.
Ba-
Okay.
Back to school.
Oh, good. How about
I
this?
think something
Personal
on
phone.
social. What's that?
Yeah. Personal phone call. What were you saying, Ryan?
Just reach out on social, like interact with them on
Okay.
something that they did. You can send a letter
Yeah, a
or a gift
handwritten
card.
note.
Yeah.
Yeah. Handwritten notes go a long way. Unless you have my handwriting, and then they think you're a serial killer
Yeah.
or their doctor.
Yeah.
Um, an example of a touch is also a market update. It is appropriate to send those. But we're talking personal touch. Personal touch does not mean posting it on your wall. Like,
You
hey,
can do
Steve, I just saw
go ahead.
this. Hey, Steve, I just got this text from my title company, which is a really cool graphic to show where like Casa Grande is in the general market. Here you go. That type of thing. How about this? A helpful homeowner tip.
Mm.
Especially something seasonal.
Monsoons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Monsoons in your roof.
I
It's
like
I think
mid-July.
too. Go ahead.
No, you go.
I was gonna say, like, on those tips, that's a really good way to send unsolicited referrals
Uh-huh.
to another
Oh, perfect.
business.
Yep.
Or if I think it's even better if you see somebody like, hey, my house was flooded or this happened. Or if like somebody posts about a monsoon, it would be really good to like, that's a good opportunity to send those.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like a trigger to be like, oh, I got this like yard cleanup. I know this guy. And then you like, can I connect you?
Yeah.
And then a joint text
That's
is always
great.
good.
Yeah. Um, I did a video the other day on just what to set your AC at for the
Yeah.
summer. Like set it and forget it. You know, because like a long time ago I thought that, if I kicked it up to 86 while I was gone, that was better than if I just left it all day. And then my AC friend was like, no, 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 don't do that. It makes it work twice as hard. So I just did a little video that was like, hey, set it and forget it.
Mm.
And set your time of use plan, and invest in $100 Nest thing, and go for it. And then I
Yeah.
did another one on AC that was like, because I had this happen at my house that I'm renting. I'm like, hey, notice the water dripping from the upper pipe? That's bad. Like, so
That
call call
means you have a clogged
your
pipe.
AC. Yeah. So call your AC guy like I just did. And like, because like we drive around and we'll see those like stainings on the top of on 2-story houses all the time. So so just different stuff like that. That's great for this time of year.
I like that.
Uh, for winter visitors that own homes, a good thing is, do you have a service that's coming out once every other week or once a week to flush your toilets, run your water, during the summer especially, so that way you're not going to come back to cracked, dried out pipes.
I like that. I don't know
Also,
of anybody that does that.
I don't know if you guys know this, but just learned this as a contractor's wife. If you don't run your bathroom sinks regularly, the smell from your sewage line will start coming up through the plumbing in your sink. So I went to brush my teeth in our spare bathroom, and I never go in there. And I turned on the water, and it smelled like poop. And I was like, did someone just crap in our spare bathroom? And Brandon's like, how long has it been since you ran that sink? I didn't know you were supposed to do that. So.
Wow. See, those are like great homeowner tips. Those are the practical things that's like a low entry point. Like somebody can do that.
So if you guys are listing a home that someone's selling because they're out of state, they're no longer renting it, it's been sitting vacant, go run the sinks in case you're
Go run the sinks.
through. It doesn't smell like poo-poo in one of the bathrooms.
Yeah.
I think that's a perfect marketing tip too.
Yeah.
Like you could put that out and be like, hey, does your agent run your sinks every week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very important.
Yeah, and then you could do a video of that every week. Like it's sink running day on my listings, but then go
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
do it on vacant listings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flush the
You don't need your
toilets.
listings to do it.
That's great. You go in, you go show a house, like you just do that, and the agent calls you. Did they like it? Are they going to write an offer? Oh, I just run your sinks.
Yeah, Jeffrey and I do that actually. We'll go do showings, and we just ask the agent if we can do content. So it's something that I'm
Yeah.
going to add to do that. Be like, hey, on my listing, this is what I also do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Shannon did a brilliant, like she took the video that I shot for a client of mine, and she did a really cool reel on that house on Racine.
Yeah.
So
I
Yeah.
figured I also asked you the other day if I can go in the MLS and look at those open door listings and
Yeah.
then just wander into those and show off homes, hoping some buyers scrolling through and see something. Hey, that's a nice house. And
yeah.
only took a minute out of my day to stop by while I was driving around. So
Yeah. And it's part of
I
your
love
weekend.
that.
So also invitation to an event. Like we have a lot of events going here at the brokerage, and so reaching out to your database to invite them, like things that are going on or community things, or if you're going to throw an event. Another thing is like neighborhood information. Where to access your neighborhood information. What's the neighborhood that you want to move into? What's it like? What are the amenities? Things like that. A personal check-in. Like so I was the listing agent for this buyer. The buyer's agent was in Phoenix, and so we sold them the house. They moved here. This guy runs like a little small transportation company, and he's retired. He was a contractor in St. Louis, but he's retired now. So he just does like little projects here and there. But I wasn't even his agent, but that agent didn't want to come down to pop the keys for him on the day of closing. And so I got to know Dennis, and we go out to coffee maybe every 2 or 3 weeks. And this was like 3 years ago. And, like eventually, like, Dennis has sent me several clients. And so he knows what I'm going through in my personal life. And so he'll just reach out to me. Hey, how's it going, Andy? And that means so much. So that causes me to like pay it forward on other people I know. And so usually when he does that check-in with me, I'll spend, a good 20, 30 minutes afterwards, just like reaching out to people and just say, hey, just want to see how you're doing. I'm not selling anything, but just want to see how you're doing.
yeah, it's nice to be on someone's mind.
Yeah. So these are like all the 8x8 things. So commit to 8 names over 8 weeks to reach out in 8 different ways. So the goal is not 8 sales messages. The goal is 8 relationship building touches. So once we get through that 8x8, we're going to move into a long-term relationship plan with them. And this is the 33 touch. And the 33 touch is just to stay professionally present throughout the entire year. So examples of a 33 touch after you take them through the 8x8 is monthly neighborhood or market updates, client appreciation events, holiday greetings, birthday messages, home anniversary messages, personal calls, educational content, community updates. And you just kind of like you set them in, you can set up an 8x8 in Command. Command has an 8x8 smart plan that you can choose. And then you can transition those to a 33 touch or even a 36 touch. So thoughts on how you've seen that done successfully? Or have you been that systematic?
I have not been. I think the most systematic I was really consistent sending a weekly email for a couple of years.
Mm.
And I've got it ready to go. I just like everything's pretty much built. I just need to pull the trigger on it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like
I'm the
it's been
same
so
way.
stagnant that me starting to send it again. But I just got to get over that. If people unsubscribe, that's fine. But then the people
Yeah.
that want to be in will still be in.
Yeah. Don't take it as a personal thing if they don't, if they unsubscribe. They just weren't, they just didn't need it at this point.
Right. And that's, I think,
Yeah.
what I love. And I always, on one side, it's always like, oh my gosh, they're going to go away. But then it's like, I always talk about that I want them off the roller coaster if they're not interested, because then I'm not going to waste my
Exactly.
time trying to market to them.
If
Rock
you're
with those who want to
working
rock.
the system correctly, even if they unsubscribe because they're not ready for it now, if you're continuing to make your calls and follow up with these people later on down the line, you can ask at that time if they're interested, say, hey, I noticed you're not subscribed, and get them back into it when they're ready. So that's the
Yep.
whole cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if I'm doing the emails enough, if we're staying in touch, be like, hey, you know what? I just wrote an email on this. Can I forward it to you?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah. Giving their permission to opt back in.
Yeah.
Because people rarely
I like that.
people rarely refer the agent they liked. People refer the agent they remembered.
Hmm.
Mhm.
So, all right. Here's where we're going to get into the nitty gritty. How often do you currently communicate with your past clients?
I don't have past clients, but I do for
It
my
is,
small business.
You do for, I was going to say, Shannon, you're like a industry
Yeah.
mogul in something else.
I'm a marketing genius when it comes to that. No, I do
Yeah.
have regular scheduled conversations and emails going out to those clients. So,
Good.
yeah.
Good. How about you, Ryan? I think you gave the same look I did. Not enough.
oh yeah. I think about it and it's like, oh gosh, like my mind is like, oh my gosh, somebody closed a year ago and I haven't talked to him.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
So it
never
just,
too
yeah,
late.
yeah, that's true. I just got to say hello. Like, I think
Yeah.
of myself like in those is like the Forrest Gump when he's like,
Yes.
You can even say, make up a little white line, say, hey, I was passing through your neighborhood to do a showing this weekend and you crossed my mind. And then they're like,
Yeah.
wow, it's been a whole year. Not, he hasn't talked to me in a year. It's been a whole year. And he remembered driving by my house this weekend. He remembers me.
I
Makes
like
them feel
that. I like that.
special.
Yeah.
What types, what type of communication feels most natural to you?
In person, just
Okay.
face to face with people.
I like texting with past clients. It's always good. I've gotten
Mhm.
more into voice notes with some people. Um,
Mhm.
just because it's more of that, it's not quite face to face, but it gives more of the personality than a text.
I
Yeah.
And
genuinely
selfishly, it's
enjoy them because you don't have to read between the lines either. You can hear someone's voice and it's more like a
yes.
conversation. I wish more people did
Yeah.
that.
And it's
Oh,
easier for
you
me.
like I use those all the time. I always ask, but Shannon, I'll send you those from now because I prefer that.
Yeah. Because when I'm
Me
texting,
too.
it's like, oh, I want to say all this, but I don't have the time to text it. And I don't want to
My
be
thumbs
weird.
get tired.
Yeah.
And
I get
sometimes I'm driving. And so I
it.
don't
Hmm.
Yeah.
like that's when it's like, oh my gosh, and then I'll just be like, boop, I can hit it and talk into it. I do it when
Yeah.
this if it's on Bluetooth, but I'm still like talking to it, and then it's like, oh, that's easy to send. And I like if somebody keeps it because you can
Yeah.
see if they keep the note.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
We need to
So
normalize voice notes.
We
yeah.
do. I have one friend that I did it. He goes, "Don't ever send that to me again. That's annoying." I'm like, "All right."
Yeah,
I've
my
got
mom will say she doesn't listen to them because she doesn't want everyone in the room hearing her what I'm texting. Like, just text that in private, and I'm like, ugh, I'm not gonna
That's
text
not
all
in private. That's
that. So,
funny.
yeah, I think I had James, my lending partner, he'll send me some that are like 5 minutes long.
oh my
And
Yeah.
those
gosh,
I'm like, I don't have that time. Like, so I told my buddy, I was like, hey, are you cool if I send like a voice note? And he's like, oh yeah, totally. I was like, cool. I was like, I'm gonna try and keep them under a minute because I don't want to. Oh,
yeah,
it's
That's cool.
overwhelming for me if it's super long. Like I don't have 5 minutes to. It's not a podcast. I just
yeah.
That's why
like.
I like. That's why I like WhatsApp because I can put them on double time.
I don't have WhatsApp. I don't know what that means. I'm old.
Oh, sorry.
WhatsApp's good for international.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Like so. It's really good. I like WhatsApp too. I didn't know it could go double time.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. So all of my Hasidic clients are on WhatsApp because that's the one social media that they can use. And so I
oh,
spend,
interesting.
yeah, WhatsApp actually has like they're called statuses, and it's almost like a post, but it's like what do they call story? It's like a story, but it's called a status. So I put stuff on my status, and it's like Chaim like this, Yitzhak like this, like Moshe like this. But like Nachman has a WhatsApp channel that he created, and he's got like 2,200 followers.
Really?
And then yeah, and then another client of mine, Yishak Grossman, he's got a channel that he created called a Yid. So Yiddish, like a Yid is like the nickname for Yiddish, a Yid in the West with a little logo, and he's
Huh.
got like probably 5,000 followers on that. And he just a lot of it is like it's I don't participate. I watch it. I don't participate in it because a lot of it's in Yiddish, but it's fascinating because the ones that post stuff in English, you can see like the mentality and the psyche of them moving to different places and their fears and what they hope for and dream for,
Mm.
things like that. So it's been yeah. Anyway, we're off topic. What kind of messages do you actually enjoy?
Mm,
Like
Like
enjoy
sending or
receiving?
receiving? Oh,
Receiving.
I like humor.
Yeah.
Uh, I like motivational stuff.
Mm.
Um, and I do like stuff that's like curated. If somebody's like, "Hey, I was thinking of you and I sent this." Like that stuff is always cool.
Mm. That's cool.
Yeah.
How about you, Shan?
the only messages I get are memes from my brother and funny Facebook videos from my dad and
Mm.
life updates from my mom. That's I'm a pretty boring person, so but I do like the fun memes. They're nice to wake up to and scroll through at the end of my day. So
Yeah. I like
I've got
receiving
these.
just the, hey man, how are you? Like, depending on who it's from, you know. So that doesn't seem salesy. Hey, Gary.
Hi. I've
oh,
had
she's
one
here.
client
That's okay.
and I have another one coming through in a second.
That's
We
okay.
miss
Go do it. Huh? Yes, and it's actually being recorded. So Lee
Okay.
can send it out. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
Hi
Karen.
guys.
me.
Yeah. So
Have some
no
good
worries.
calls.
Yeah. Or and then I have a few friends that send like the most whacked memes ever. And so it's just like our humor. So I enjoy those. So
I have some people that I'm like when I see certain memes, I'm like or dark humor, I'm like, okay, I
We're on
was
the
like,
same page.
I've got a few pockets of people that are like these need to go to these
yeah.
people. They need to see it. These people can go to here, but they
Yeah.
cannot cross.
Right. Yeah. 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 I've got those too.
And you have to
So
be very careful to not send it to the wrong groups.
right.
Because like this might not be the best humor. It
Yeah.
might not land the right way.
That's funny.
Yeah.
What makes marketing feel authentic instead of salesy to you?
I think in mine, I try to come across to people or show people that even though I'm not from here, I enjoy being here and this is why. So I'm trying to put like my personal opinions in there a little bit so people get to know me while getting to see my content. So it's
Yeah.
not just this is what's for sale. It's like these are some fun things about where we live.
Mhm.
Love that. I think it similarly, I like to be delivering value as opposed to asking for stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I don't like to be like you said earlier, like, I need your business. It's like, no,
Yeah.
I don't like doing that. It just doesn't feel right. Or it doesn't, I don't feel aligned with that at all. And I think it's similar to you, like the stuff, like when I do post, it's like, I'll share funny stuff. I really like
Mhm.
sharing the World Cup stuff. So that's been really nice.
Mhm.
Some motivational stuff, but I feel a little bit weird about it still, where
Mhm.
if it's too woo wooey, like I like to post it, but I think I should just do more. Um, but yeah, some of that stuff is more almost in that vein of like, hey, how are you? Like checking in with people and
Yeah.
that type stuff.
Yeah.
So
I think for me, I love practical, like pragmatic tips and tricks. Those don't feel salesy, you know. And I think that's some of the stuff that I'll share. I'll send that to people, or like I don't know. I haven't shared that stuff before. Like, but you kind of get in that age of life where you're kind of like everybody's dad, and so
yes.
people start coming to you for stuff like that, and I actually really love that. And so, like I had a friend reach out to start a podcast and on like faith and life and relationships. And she was like, go out, run with that. Like, that strain. And so the tagline that we come out up with was um, pull up a chair.
Mm.
Pull up a chair. We're gonna have a conversation. So anyway, it's not really Mara, that's for something else, but it was kind of like, oh, like that's like I had like ChatGPT analyze me, and that's where it landed. So
I like that.
I'm the pull up a chair guy.
You
So
should
Yeah.
tie that into your business though as a realtor because I think people want to get to know the people they're doing business with and getting to hear you
yeah,
and what's on your mind and your opinions of things really would help people
yeah,
get to know you as a person.
I want to do that. Yeah, I want to do that. I should do that. We just started it
Should.
yesterday, so
Nice.
yeah, we're gonna film. We're gonna shoot our first thing on Sunday night. She said it like a TikTok live. She's in Oklahoma, and so we're gonna do like a split screen thing. So yeah, it'll be fun.
Send me the link when you guys are, or send me your
Okay,
TikTok.
okay.
Because
I
I don't know
just
if I follow
started
you
it.
because I want to watch it.
Yeah. Okay, I will.
Okay, I'll text you mine, so then we'll do it.
All right.
That'd be cool.
Cool. Final question. How would your business change if every past client, including yours, Shannon, from your other business, heard from you monthly?
Oh, I'd be overwhelmed with things to do, that's for sure. I do have a long list of people, so
So all of those should go into command. And we should put that as like because I remember when we first started with you, you're like, I have 12 people in command. Well, we want
yeah.
to take everybody.
17 now.
17, yes.
Yeah.
That's a 35% increase.
But I think I have through my website like people who are subscribed and asked for emails and have not unsubscribed to this day. I think I'm sitting around 1,800 people that I could potentially reach out to. Again, not local, nationwide, but
Yeah.
if we figure out how, I know I've brought it up to both of you before. There's a referral network that I'm not sure how it works, and you guys I know both know how to do that, so I know I can reach out to you guys
Yeah.
if I ever need help.
Yep.
Also, I call it like the airplane principle. Whenever you if you're getting on an airplane today to St. Louis, it's not going to be completely empty. There's always going to be somebody going to St. Louis. And so no matter who you know or where you know them from, there's always somebody that they know that either lives in the Metro Phoenix or Central Arizona area, is moving to our area, or things like that. So that's another way referrals, because that referral base that we have in KW is like, I'm going to reach out to all the agents in Allentown, PA, and tell them that I'm working here. So it's very kind of like stagnant. I'm not stagnant. What's the word I'm looking for? It's not a relationship type of building thing. It's just
Yeah.
like hey, if they need somebody, they're going to look you up. They're going to look at your numbers. They're going to see, how you do, which is great. Like, do it. But that airplane principle where your customers and people from all over the nation, probably I would say 85% of them know somebody that either lives here, is moving here, or is moving away from here. And that's how you work that referral type network.
Yep.
Does that make sense?
I love that because it's a captive conversation. And
Yeah.
it's weird to sometimes start the conversations.
Mhm.
But I found two ways. One, I always ask if somebody's down, are you coming or are you going? And they're like,
Mhm.
what? I was like, are you going home or are you leaving home? Like one of that. And they're like, oh, and then it
Yeah.
always goes into, and then they ask you, like, what are you doing? And it's like,
Yeah.
That's
no
cool.
matter what, there's always something. And I actually almost got a listing on a 1 hour flight.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah. I was this close. I was so pissed I missed it. But it was my own doing. I did not he's like, we want to list now. And something crazy happened. They listed that same day with somebody else. I was like, damn, but it happens. And these little ducks, I
Oh.
travel with them everywhere. So they're
I
always
just
Uh-huh.
got
conversation starters. Did
somebody
you?
just left this for me.
Where was it?
It was on my car. I drive a Jeep.
Yeah.
So people
Okay.
leave ducks
Oh, yeah.
here. And so I got that.
Nice.
And then my daughter has the little duck things too. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what a coincidence. So my daughter had
Yeah.
given me, I've got one over here, a little green one.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I always have I got these America version ones. So I have they're all the ways around. So it's always, but like you said on the airplane, it's always have some sort of conversation starter.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. So cool. So what I want you guys to do from here over the next week is to build out your 8x8. Okay. So each person that you choose, complete the relationship category, the last contact, the next contact, and the best communication method, and then a personal note to remember. And create your 8x8 plan for those people. And then take that, outline 12 monthly touches for your 33 touch system. And then think over the next week, in 2 weeks and 3 weeks and 8 weeks about that consistent communication. Now, I'm telling you this because I need to do this myself. Whenever your pipeline is dry, look at yourself first and see where that is. What was our word today, Shannon?
Go-getters are goal getters, and Lee added goal getters are gold getters.
Gold getters, yeah. So Ryan, I've got this
Nice.
I'm coming up with this A through Z of alliterations every day.
Nice.
And so that was today. So your goal is to be a go-getter for your goals, which leads you to a gold getter. So not a gold digger. So
Yeah, we don't like those.
yeah. No. So
I like it.
all right. So finally, last couple minutes, we want people to remember us. And sometimes we wait for people to remember us instead of helping them to remember us. And so we have to be proactive in being front of mind because consistency builds familiarity. Familiarity builds trust, and trust produces referrals. And when you can have that familiarity, when you can have that in front of mind of people, then and especially people that know you, trust you, love you, they become like part of your sphere. That leads to referrals, and referrals are are probably my funnest transactions because I get to help. Like, for example, I've got a handyman, KJ. KJ and his dad do probably 90% of the work I need at the shops and just with different rentals around. Like, my clients all use them. They're the kind of handyman where they're like, yeah, we'll handle that. Don't ask, if it doesn't need a full-on license to do it, they're my go-to because I know they'll just get it done. Well, a few years ago, I sold KJ's house in Arizona City and helped him buy a new one. And then 3 months ago, closed for his brother. And, and it's just been kind of cool. Like that type of thing, my KJ was a dream to work with, and Caden was a dream to work with. And so then every once in a while, KJ will send me like, hey, this person's interested in this, and I love that. Like that's the fun. That's the fun part of being in a smaller community as well. And building those networks of people. And even if you live in a big city, you can hyper localize to make your clients feel good about being small. So the referral formula.
Plug.
Yeah.
Wait, if
Was that?
KJ is great, but if you ever need a license, please let me
Oh
be
no,
the
yeah, you're my go-to because we gotta pay your bills. Yeah.
shameless plug. Okay.
Yeah. No. That's already a done deal. Yeah. The moment you join my team, like that's my contractor for life.
Okay.
Yeah. So the referral formula is relationships lead to trust, leads to visibility, leads to referrals. And so a consistent database communication plan ensures that. And I know we've got so many things to do every day, so many things to do. But the sitting down, blocked out time, this is part of lead gen, getting those systems set up. You'll see your business start to grow and grow and grow. New agents always ask like, what's your, how many leads will I get from your team? And I kind of want to start saying, I'm going to teach you how to fish.
Yeah.
Because if I teach you how to fish, if I teach you how to hunt yourself, you're not going to be just waiting for people to feed you and take an even higher split off of you. So,
Right.
So, I mean, I remember when I first started 6 years ago, I joined a team. It was a 50-50 team. And I had heard all this like lead talk, not from the team, but from other agents. Well, do they give you leads? And Matt, my team leader, is like, no, I'm going to teach you how to hunt, man. And I was like, I'm so glad he did. Was it hard at first, but were there moments of like uneasiness? But at the end of the day, I came away with the skill set that I didn't have before. And I knew how to find my own leads because everybody else out there is going to leave the business after a year because they weren't spoon fed. And I want,
Right.
I want to, if I'm training agents, I want them to know how to hunt or fish or whatever vernacular means the most to you, or shop.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because
right.
you can't build a sustainable business if somebody else has to give it to you all the time.
No, like my friend Danny, like she's an agent in Gilbert, and we did a deal together south of Arizona City, and she was on a team that was a 50-50 split, and then that team was also a Zillow team. So then she had 35% of that. And so
they were passing the Zillow leads straight on to the agent too?
Yeah.
So it's like a
she would make
20-80 split?
Yeah, she would make $1,500 off of a $350,000 house.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. It was like labor abuse.
Yeah.
And then what I saw from her too is that, I mean, and it was the speed to lead program. And so it did not matter where she was. She was like at her son's baseball game. And you don't get those moments back. And she got a Zillow call and had to leave to go to like Anthem to show a house.
Ugh.
And I just was like, Danny, I can't think of anything worse.
No. You just need to go back to W-2 at that point.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. No, F that.
But
Sorry.
she's since left that and she's doing great. And I'm very proud of her. But a majority of our agents that come to us because they're lead concerned, that's where they end up. So.
Yeah. So, anyway,
all right. Any other questions, thoughts?
No, I love this.
Yeah, it's nice
All
to
right.
bounce ideas off you guys too while we're in here. I know it gets a little sidetracked, but it's a good way to keep my train on the rails, so to speak.
Yeah. And just know that people that just because you're new, Andy and I are still doing this all the time.
Okay, good. Yeah. I was
You
like,
never stop.
I'm usually like
Never stop
the
learning.
one person who shows up to all the meetings, and I don't know, it feels awkward sometimes, but it's so nice to get my one-on-one time with people who are seasoned and know what they're doing. So I'm trying not to miss it.
She just called us old, Ryan.
I know.
No, seasoned,
No.
experience.
Here's the other thing. So we all and we're all parents. So we all thought our parents had their shit together. And now
Yeah.
as parents, we realize they didn't. It's the same thing as a seasoned
Yeah,
agent.
I'm
We still don't
looking
have
for
it
an
together.
adult in the room, and it's me, and I'm
Yeah.
like, what?
We're
I'm
not
a
the adults either.
grandfather, and I go like, I saw my my grandparents as like these icons,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, oh, they still have the same questions and doubts and struggles, and we're trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
So
So,
thank you for being my support system and letting me ask stupid questions sometimes, because whatever.
I didn't hear any stupid questions today.
No, and I would tell you if there were.
You would. Shannon, really? Okay.
That's so
Well,
funny.
thank you guys.
Cool, guys.
I love it. Cool.
All right.
See ya.
Have a good day.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.